please make very, very welcome Colin Williams.
There's no better time than a lockdown to get handyman work done. It was 1990, a Saturday morning. My wife and I had just got back from our morning walk, and she decided she was going to take our two girls off on a whole day shopping spree, or at least a half day. And I would stay at home and do a few things around the house. So I jumped in the shower, got out, put on a t-shirt and shorts. I walked out of the bathroom, still drying my hair. It took a lot longer back then. And as I got to the laundry door, I threw my towel towards the laundry basket. It missed and fell on the floor. So I thought, I'll do the right thing. So I walked in, picked it up, walked back to my mark and threw it again. And again it missed and landed on the floor. Well, at least no one could say I didn't try. As I moved into the kitchen, I noticed that the tap was leaking. Now this is nothing new because the tap had been leaking for 12 months and I just never got round to fixing it. Today, I will fix the tap. And I didn't even have to buy a washer because I bought one of those 11 months ago. I'd need some tools. I need my Allen keys and my shifting spanner. So off to the shed I went. And as I was going to the shed, I noticed some marigolds that I'd planted a few days before, and they were looking very limp. I'll water them later. I got my tools, came back into the house. I'm just about to take the grub screw out of the side of the tap when I thought, hang on a minute, there are two gaping plug holes here just waiting for me to drop this screw. So I firmly pushed the plugs in. As it happened, the screw fell into one of the sinks and I smugly picked it up and put it on the side. Now, I was about to start undoing the tap itself and I thought, hang on a minute. If I take that off, water is going to go everywhere. I'm not an idiot. I'm going to have to turn it off at the mains. So I went out the back door, walked down the side, turned the water off on the mains. On my way back, I saw those marigolds again. They were looking withered. I'll water them later. I went back in, I undid the tap and pulled out the decrepit washer. Off to the shed to get the new washer. On my way there, I saw the marigolds again. This can't wait, they've got to be watered. So I got the hose from the side of the house, unwound it, turned the tap on, pulled the trigger, nothing. I'm not an idiot, it's turned off at the mains. So I walked down the side of the house, turned on the water at the mains, came back, gave them a good soaking. And I thought, while I've got the hose out, I might as well do the roses at the front of the house as well. So I took it down, I watered the hoses, I'm finished, and I hear, "G'day, Cole." And it was Crazy Pete, the old man from across the road. He would often ambush me as I was gardening and keep me talking for about an hour or so every time about things that were going on in the neighborhood. And today was no exception. 50 minutes later, I walked back down the side of the house, turned the water off at the mains, walked back down the side of the house, and as I approached the sliding doors at the back of the house, I saw something amazing. Some of the kids' toys were levitating 4 inches off the floor. As I opened the door, I found they weren't levitating, they were in fact floating. So I waded into the kitchen and there was a river running down the corridor with tributaries going off into the lounge, into the study, into the bathroom, into the bedroom, into the laundry. I understood what had happened. I knew what had happened, but what I couldn't understand was, why didn't the water just go straight down the sink? Because some idiot had put the plugs in the sink. But at least, why didn't the water just go down the drain hole that's in the laundry floor? Because some idiot had thrown his towel on it. So I walked in, picked up the soggy towel to allow the water to go down the drain, squeezed most of the water out, rolled it into a ball, walked back to my mark, and I threw it. And it sailed through the air, and yes! Have you ever had the feeling that there's someone standing behind you? I turned around and there was my wife, ankle deep in water, And the look on her face was somewhere between puzzled and threatening. Now, this was 30 years ago, and I think she's pretty much over it now. She hasn't mentioned it since Wednesday. But we have been in lockdown for 2 weeks, and not once has she asked me to do any handyman stuff. Thank you.